This is Technology Registrations Canada homepage. Log into your TRC account with your user ID and password. It brings up File Reviewer dashboard. At this time, there are 3 application files on your dashboard ready for your review and evaluation. This is a hyperlink of Application Review Guide that helps you to review an application file step by step. You may also filter applications between Application in Progress and all other applications. It will bring up all the files that you have evaluated before. Now we are going to review the first application file on the dashboard, submitted by Mr. John Doe. Mr. John Doe is applying for Civil Technologist certification. Please read the staff notes to the reviewers. This is the information staff want to bring forward to you before you start reviewing this application file. Then move to the second tab, Personal. It is the personal information of the applicant, including birth and citizenship, and if there is any criminal record. The next tab is Education. Please review all education achieved and if this applicant graduated from a national accredited program. The next tab is Employment. Note the current employment status of this applicant, the work history, name of the employer, period of each employment, the job title, and the job description. If you see a scroll bar here besides the text box, you can move it down to read all the information, or alternatively, you can drag down the text box to expand it. Then you can see all the information here. Then the next tab is References. On this page, you will see all the reference including the name, the position with the company, and if they submitted the questionnaire or if there is an issue. If you see the red box here, that means that this reference has declined, and the reason being is indicated here, and you can just drag it to the end of the sentence to read that. So go and view each technical reference response. If this reference worked together with the applicant, review the applicant work, and what is the relationship. If there is any additional comments, it will be here. Down below is the communication skills. And here is the work experience and the competency levels. The total number of years and months of experience here should be the same as above when you review the applicant's work. So a little bit down is the Code of Ethics. And the last information on this reference form is how the reference work experience, position, and knowledge of the applicant allows him to validate the competencies claimed. And this is the submission date when the reference submitted the questionnaire. And then you can just close this one and move to the second reference response. After reviewing all technical reference response, then we move to the competencies. Now this is the tab that requires your input, and you must save your entries before you move to the next tab, or if you want to log out from your TRC account. Note there is a save button here. It is a floating button. Even when you move around your page, the save button is always there for you. As this applicant did not graduate from a national accredited program, he must satisfy with a minimum of 5 technical competencies claimed and provide evidence to support both education and work experience. Review each competencies claim with the indicators of performance. What is the evidence they provided with the education to support the above claim, and how their work experience support the above claim? Below the evidence is the technical response, a technical reference response. Now you may see each technical reference response may be different from one to the other. It's because the reference may have worked together with the applicant for a different period of the time, or the responsibilities of the applicant is different. Below the technical competencies is the file reviewer's recommendation, and this is where you have to put your recommendation here, whether you accept the competency claim or you don't, with a yes or no. If you say no, you may want to provide comments why you do not accept this competency. Now, while you make your selection here, you may notice that up above, the competencies tab turned into yellow, highlighted, and this is kind of reminding you that you're going to save this page before you move forward. So you can just go and check the second competency. Now, please note that the applicant may have additional evidence to support other technical competencies which are not included in the NTBs. If they do have it, then it will appear at the very bottom of the page, just like this one. Education and work experience not already covered by self-assessment, discipline, and competencies. And the evidence is in the text box with both education and work experience. Now, as this is a mock file, we are not going to save your recommendation or our recommendation here. We'll just move to the next tab, Generals. Now, this is the competency claim on the general subjects, which are not subject discipline related, and only applicant graduated from a non-accredited program is required to submit this. Again, you are required to review the evidence and then file your recommendation here. So the next tab is PP&E. PP&E is an acronym for Professional Practice and Ethics, and the examination results will show on this page. And again, this is a mock file, so we haven't started the PP&E exam yet. So move on to the last tab, Attachments. This is the page you review all the uploaded documents, including diploma, identification, letter of references, job descriptions, course outline if provided, their immigration status, or other documents provided, and with a description of the document. So this one we have a official transcript. So you go in and review every single document and check against it with the supporting information provided earlier. So this is the diploma, which he has indicated in the Education tab, and close it, and then start reviewing the second document. Say, for example, this is the transcript. close. Now, after reviewing all this information, we go back to the very first tab, Reviewer with Recommendations. This is the most important information provided and is mandatory required. So, File Reviewer, we see the competencies here with the number of the competencies accepted. And this is the information that we review the Competency tab and the Generals tab, and then the number of competencies that we checked. And you can put additional comments here. Down below is the communication skills acceptable, yes, no, or no knowledge. And you can put in your recommendation here based on the reference response provided, or you may choose, say, no knowledge because you didn't get a chance to talk to the applicant. Comments on general, it can be comments on general's competency or just the general comments you want to bring it forward to the Board of Examiners. Acceptable evidence, we have seen the diploma, the transcript, the job description. So check them off. And if you have any comment on the job description, you can put it here. So down below is two other options. Technical report required, discussion file for the board. So after reviewing this file, if you still want to see a technical report submitted by this applicant, then you put your check mark here and indicate the reason why you want to see it. Or if you want to make your recommendation, but you want the board to table this file to review between the Board of Examiners, then you put your check mark here, discussion file for board, and indicate the reasons why you want to bring it forward. So now comes to the most important part of it, is your recommendation for this application. Mr. John Doe is applying for technologist in civil engineering. If everything is in order, you would check technologist and put down the discipline that you recommended is civil engineering. You're going to indicate the discipline of registration just because you may think that Mr. John Doe could be registered in another discipline which is to his best interest. So put on the discipline of registration recommended here. Now, before we move forward, I want to introduce to you the different classification. Professional technologist is a new designation which is not being launched yet, but we are getting prepared for it. Technologist is now the highest classification, and the designation is ASCT. Technician designation is CTech. Technologist provisional is for ITP, International Trained Professionals, which people coming from overseas has extensive experience, but they just arrived in Canada, that they do not have enough experience to be qualified for the full membership. So they will be given the technologist provisional. Technician provisional is CTech provisional. Now, graduate technologist is for individuals that they graduated from a national accredited program. That means that their academic met with the national standard as a technologist, but they do not have 2 or more years of work experience to become a technologist. Graduate technician is that they graduated from a national accredited program at the technician level, and they're looking to build up their work experience. Associate member is for individuals that they did not graduate from a national accredited program, and they're going to build up the work experience for the full membership. So this is the different classification. Now, below is a reclassification requirements, only if upgrade program provided. Now, please note that this reclassification requirements is not for application for reclassification at this point. This is the reclassification requirements that you are going to provide the upgrade program. Now, what we are going to do here is, if Mr. John Doe is not qualified for technologist yet, maybe he qualified for technician, you will recommend him to be a technician in civil engineering, and in order for him to advance to the technologist level, from technician to technologist in civil discipline, what you're asking him is 1 year technologist experience. And then additional requirements that you want to say, for example, you want to see a detailed job description signed by supervisor and with 2 technical references to verify technical competencies. So this is your recommendation to the board. And if you finish with this file, you can submit as recommended. When you do this, there is a message pop up saying that making this selection will remove the application from your dashboard. Do you want to proceed? You may say yes, that this file will be removed from your dashboard. But if you say cancel, that means that you want to review this file again, and then maybe you want to make some changes. In that case, that before you move around, you want to save this page. And then the information will stay. Now we are turning this over to our presenter, who's going to demonstrate to you how to evaluate this application file and share his experience with you. Thank you.